Myself, K.Narayana Reddy. I am from Maths YouTube channel. Today in this class, I am explaining about partial fractions. This is a very important chapter for intermediate students. What is meant by partial fractions? Before that, we want to know about fraction. What is meant by fraction? Actually, fraction is nothing but P by Q form. Generally, P by Q form, where Q not 0. Okay. Same manner, in polynomials also, if f of x and g of x are two polynomials, where gx not 0, then f of x by g of x is called fraction. That is fraction in polynomials, where g of x is not equals to 0, because whenever denominator is 0, that function, that fraction comes to infinite. That is why denominator gx not equals to 0. That is fraction. Here, partial fraction. What is partial? Partial fraction is nothing but is not a full fraction. It is a partial. Partial means that is whatever it is, half of or quarter, whatever it is, partially, not fully. That is partial fraction. So that means if a proper fraction, I will tell what is proper fraction in future classes. If f of x be a proper fraction, this can be expressed as two or more proper fractions. That method is called, that process is called partial fractions. That process is called partial fraction. Each fraction in the sum is called partial fractions of the given fraction. Okay, I will tell again here. See here, partial fractions definition. The form of expressing proper fraction into two or more proper fractions is called partial fractions. Two or more. A proper fraction can be expressed in the two or more proper fractions is called partial fractions. Partially. That means one proper fraction is divided into two or more fractions. That is called partial fractions. That means, for example, I will tell one thing. Piece of chalk is divided into two parts or three parts. Partially, suppose this is a pen. This pen is divided into two or more parts. That is called partial fractions. That means one is divided into three parts or more parts, whatever it is. That is, you can divide it partially. Suppose a city can be divided into parts, subdivisions. That is, city can be divided into parts. That is partially divided, not fully. City is one, but you can divide partially. India contains so many states. That means India divided partially. But India is one, but divided into states. Partially divided. That is called partial. Here also same meaning. One function, one fraction can be divided into parts. One proper fraction can be divided into two or more fractions is called partial fractions. Each partial fraction, each fraction in sum is called partial fraction of given fraction. See here, where each fraction in sum means 2 or more. Yes or no? You are dividing the proper fraction into 2 or more fractions. 2 or more, 2, 3 or 4, whatever it is. Or 10 also. Don't worry about that. In sum it's called a partial fraction of given fraction. Partial fraction of given fraction. The denominator in the partial fraction, yes, fraction contains two functions, two polynomials, denominator, numerator. Numerator and denominator. Denominator means below. Yes, the denominator in the partial fractions are irreducible. What is irreducible? I will tell in physical class clearly, but I will tell just definition now. Irreducible means which cannot be expressed as product of two polynomials, which is individual, unique, which we can't divide this polynomial into 2 or more, which can't express as a product of two polynomials. X plus 2 is irreducible, x plus 3 is irreducible, 4x plus 2 is irreducible. So this type of polynomial is called irreducible polynomial. Okay, I will tell what clearly in future classes. So the denominator in partial fractions are irreducible polynomials. Okay, example, 3 by x plus 2 plus 2 by x minus 1 equals to 5x plus 1 by x plus 2 into x minus 1. This is proper fraction. Proper fraction is what? The numerator, the degree of numerator always less than degree of denominator. Degree is less, degree is more. The degree of numerator is less than degree of denominator. That is called the proper fraction. Yes, I will tell you in the future classes. So here, 5x plus 1 by x plus 2 into x minus 1. This is a proper fraction. This proper fraction can be divided into two proper fractions. In these two proper fractions, these are irreducible. X plus 2 and x minus 1 are irreducible. We can't reduce. Irreducible means we can't reduce, that's all. Yes or not? A quadratic equation can be divided into two product of two polynomials. That is reducible. But whenever we are reduced into two polynomials, those are called irreducible. We can't reduce. For example, we can reduce, can't reduce x plus 2 into product of two polynomials. That is why this is called, denominator is called irreducible polynomial. So x plus 2 is a irreducible polynomial. We can't reduce. Yes or not? We can't reduce, it's simple. We can't divide, we can't part into two product of two polynomials. We can't do this. That is why this is called irreducible polynomial. Okay? 3 by x plus 2 plus 2 by x minus 1 are partial fractions of this fraction. These are two fractions of this proper fraction. This is called partial fractions. So dear friends, this fraction can be divided into these two fractions. This is called partial fraction. This is very important chapter in intermediate students. So practice this. This is very important. Whenever you got clear idea about partial fractions, we can do the problems easily. I will tell once again what is this. Simple. Partial fraction, nothing but one proper fraction is divided into two or more proper fractions is called partial fractions. That means one fraction is divided into two or more fractions. That's all. One part is divided into, one ball is divided into two or more parts. That is called partially divided. Partially divided. Whenever you are clubbing these two or more, can get into same shape. Suppose a ball is there, can cut into three pieces. Again club into these three pieces into one. That is same, comes to same face. But you are dividing partially. We are dividing partially, not fully. That is called partial fractions. Okay? So, a fraction can be divided in two parts or three parts. That is partial fractions. Here, x plus 2 and x minus 1 are irreducible polynomials. Okay, so x plus 2 and x minus 1 are irreducible polynomials. That means we can't reduce further. We can't reduce these polynomials. The type of polynomial is called irreducible polynomial. That means we can't express a polynomial as a product of two polynomials or more polynomials. That is called irreducible polynomial. Okay, these two are irreducible polynomials. This is a proper fraction. This can be divided into these two parts. This is called partial fractions of this fraction. Okay, left side is two fractions, right side is one fraction. These are partial fractions. Okay, suppose I will take this one, fraction 1, fraction 2. Okay, f1 and f2 are partial fractions of, this is f, or partial fractions of f. That's simple meaning. f1 and f2 are partial fractions of f. That means f1 plus f2 equals to f. This is simple meaning. Fraction 1 plus fraction 2 equals to fraction. These are proper. f1, f2, f are proper fractions. Okay, dear friends, this is very important. So, whenever you can get clarity about fractions, that is partial fractions, we can do the problems easily. Please observe this. First of all, we want to understand clearly. At that time only we can do the mathematics easily. For that, we want to express our idea for each and every point, on each and every point, on each and every step. At that time we can get easily. Okay? So in this way we can do this fractions. I will do the problems regarding these fractions in future classes. And also I want to have some definitions. What is proper fraction, what is improper, reducible, irreducible fraction. I will tell in future classes. Okay, dear friends, practice this. Thanks for watching Matthew video channel. If you like this video, please subscribe our YouTube channel Matthew and hit on bell icons to get more information. Thank you.